Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Laura, and today I have another Ollie's haul. I have one major find that I got there recently. I'm going to show you a clip of it in just a minute, but it ended up being a major fail, and I want to talk about that too. So let me cut to that. I'll show you an overview of what it is.
So this is the We Are Memory Keepers Stitch Happy sewing machine. I saw it on the shelf and I almost freaked out. It is so pretty. Here's the top of the box, and you could see the sticker here will show it retailed for $40. I unfortunately had to return it, and I will talk about that in just a moment.
And let you know why I had to return it. I'm going to do a little flip through of this paper pad that I found also while I'm talking about it, because there's lots of designs in here in case you wanted to see what they were. Just really quickly, this is the Park Lane Time Worn Textiles pad, and it's one of those really big pads. The paper is, scrapbook paper weight, but I just wanted to show you as I'm talking, because I don't think there's any other than like the two or three of each. There really aren't a lot of repeats in here. So anyway, I was so excited when I saw that sewing machine. It was the only one there. It was $40, as you saw. And I took it home and I was like, I better make sure that this works. First, I had started looking at the reviews about it, and they weren't great. Lots of people were saying that it didn't work, or they couldn't understand certain things. And I know Ollie sells refurbished, recertified items as well. So I didn't know if that was the case for this item, or if it was really just one of the closeout items that they got from either Joann or American Crafts. But sorry, this is going kind of fast here. Anyway, long story short, I tried it out and it didn't work. So it came with the fabric swatch that showed, testing of the stitches that it came with. First of all, the machine itself was not very sturdy. It was like the casing was plastic. It wasn't even like sturdy plastic. Like I felt like if I bumped it on something, it might crack. But anyway, the tester piece it came with, it looked great. And first of all, when I tried to load the bobbin, it didn't load the same way that the video was showing. And I noticed that We Are Makers was leaving a lot of comments on people's comments saying, go to this link and you can see the instructions or what have you. That link didn't work anymore. They don't sell it anymore. And I can understand why. Now, the draw to that sewing machine was kind of cool. You could use baker's twine and other like thicker threading materials, but it just didn't work. So at the very end, when I did test it out, it would work a little bit, and then it would stop like looping the bottom part. I don't know the technical terms. Like the bottom part wouldn't come up and catch the top part, like every few stitches. And then when I was testing out the tension to see if maybe I could, play around with it a little bit, one of the numbers, I think it was the 4, and I should have taken a picture before I took it back. You could see someone had like handwritten in like pen, like an arrow to show like that's, I guess, the one that they use. So it was obviously used before. So I took it back, $40. I can get a better quality item from the reuse center that I shop at. So yes, please test out your Ollie's items, whether it's crafting stuff or anything else that you get that's electrical, mechanical, battery operated, before the return window closes, because you don't want to be stuck with something that just doesn't work, or give it as a gift to somebody and they end up with a gift that they can't use. So just putting that out there, because I know other people have been finding like other types of machines too. So yeah, anyway, let's move on. So I did pick up some of these stickers, alphabet letters. They have had a ton of different kinds of alpha letters. This is the first time I've seen the gold. These are all lowercase, but these would look nicely in a lot of the collections that I use. So I got 2 packs. One of the stores that I went to that I found a ton of stuff the week before last, they have a lot more stuff now, but it's like mostly stickers and not stickers that I would normally use. I would be buying them just to buy them. I don't need stickers. So if you're a sticker person, yeah, that might be what you're looking for. Okay, this is out of the packaging, but this is another one of their 1 yard, I don't know, just fabric that they have. It's $1.99. I thought it was super cute. It is video game themed for my son. You know, you can kind of see like Minecraft vibes or, you know, Mario stars kind of in here. But yeah, I opened it so I could show him and get his ideas of what I should make. The only thing I can like really think of that I could be successful at is, I don't know, maybe a pillow or something. But yeah, he thought it was cute. Okay, this is the other kind of big find that I picked up. They had these storage trays. So I have 2 of these that I got from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. They were marked down, I think, half of the $18.99, but these are marked at $3.99. They had several of these. I only got 2. These are great. So these trays, they slide out. So excellent for your paper storage like that. You can keep your colors separated. So I got 2 of them and I'm super happy to see that. And then just a few like other things that I found that were different from before. So I found another pack of these stamp and ink sets. So this is different from the other sets that they'd been putting out. So I figured I'd pick up a couple of these, one for me, one for a friend. And this is different from the little rocket ship. I think it was like an alien guy that I picked up last time. So it's one of those make it and bake it kits. So I got 3, 1 for me and then 2 for a friend with kiddos. So these are super cute. You've got the frame, you've got the melting pieces, and it shows you how to assemble it and put it in the oven, and then it makes like a little sunlight catcher, whatever you want to call it. Oh, sun catcher, there we go. So yeah, just a cute, fun activity for your kids, and only $1 for that. They had several types of these paper clips. These were the only 2 shapes that I got. They also had, I think, the larger, just like the, I don't know what you would say, like they look like regular paper clips, but they're like fatter. They're cute, but I have a bunch of those already. So I picked these up, these cute little doggies. I know I have some kitty cats, so I figured I'd just get the doggies. And then these hearts, I love the like gold coppery color on these. I used some of these in another project that I did yesterday actually, so they're really nice. And then I thought this was interesting. I don't have the letter board, and they didn't have any for sale. I did actually see somebody do a haul yesterday where they found the letter board, but they didn't really know what they would use it for. So this one I actually thought would be really cool just to have the letters for other projects, because I mean they're made to be popped off of this thing, right? So, and they're pretty dimensional, and then they have like little pegs in there too, so if they're, you know, easy to attach to projects, I might keep a pack for myself. Or if there's somebody that I see that gets the letter board that I know, I might just send this to them in their, you know, little package or whatever that I send once in a while. And then just a couple of other things. So I found one more of this note card kit. This is Magical Forest. It is so pretty. And here's a close-up if you missed it in my first haul. And I'll link my other 2 hauls in the description if you're interested to see what else they might have. I have had a lot of people say that they haven't seen the stuff that I got in my first haul. That was one of those like lucky stars type of, you know, it just happened that I was there and they had all this stuff. I've seen people get a few things like different punches, but I didn't see any of those. But I feel like, and I'll talk about all this stuff in just a minute, but yeah. And the thing is, I'm not finding a lot of the stuff that people are finding. I'm not finding the paper craft stuff. I'm not finding chipboard or ephemera. Yeah, Yeah, I'll talk about that in just a second. So, and this is the last thing I got. So this is packing tape. And I don't know, I got one. It's the Scotch brand, and it's this like that paper type packing tape. So we'll see. I do have some packages I need to return, so I will test it out and see how I like it. But yeah, I got one of these because I do send a lot of happy mail, especially around the holidays. I like to, get some things out to my crafty friends and stuff like that, aside from like, family and stuff. But so I did want to say that I have been talking to different people who've been shopping at Ollie's. I've been talking to the workers. Obviously, they don't know what they're going to get in each shipment, but it does help to know when they're getting their deliveries. Although that doesn't mean that they are going to have time to put out the stock or the space. So if you see that your Ollie's is like packed to the gills with stuff, they may not be able to take out the inventory that they're getting. So that might be one thing. I've also heard of some people saying that when they go to their stores, there are boxes there that, they're in the aisles or the pallets or whatever. Just the people haven't had time to open them and restock the shelves. So that's one thing. I know a lot of people too are saying that this is like Joann's liquidation, which I believe a lot of it is because obviously the Park Lane stuff. I also kind of feel like this is American Crafts liquidation in general because they did sell to another company last year or earlier this year. And they haven't been forthcoming with a lot of information. We haven't seen, a lot of new collections. Even the newer collections are saying that they can't get their stuff that they designed and that they ordered. So I'm guessing they're also getting rid of a lot of previous American Crafts stuff because, like, this is American Crafts. These are American Crafts, right? The AC on here. Is this? This probably is. But a lot of this stuff does come from like the same manufacturers. So all that to say, I think those warehouses for Joann and American Crafts are somewhere in the central states. So the bigger paper craft hauls that you're seeing, I feel are like in the more like central areas that are nearby those warehouses. Because also, one of the cashiers told me, because I'm here down in San Antonio, Texas, she said that our stores down here are kind of getting what the other stores either aren't selling. Like, say they have a bunch of this and they just aren't selling a lot of it, so they'll move it to the next store. Or if they have too much inventory and they can't take in anything additional, then that stuff goes to the next store, which makes sense as to why I had some of the things that a lot of people haven't seen, because maybe those stores were already full and my store just happened to be one that got some of the excess that wasn't able to be stocked yet. So I don't know, it's interesting. I don't know a lot about supply chain and stuff like that, but I know a little bit about it because of the project managing classes that I took. So that makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, so I guess just to give people a little bit of insight, because I know a lot of people have said, I haven't seen anything at all in my stores. And those people tend to be like in the outer states, like the coastal states, and the more like western states, unfortunately. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts and my surmising of what could be happening. But I guess, get things when you can and when you see them, because it kind of feels like American Crafts might not be manufacturing a lot of this stuff again. Or I shouldn't even say American Crafts. It's not even that brand anymore. It's whatever brand bought American Crafts. So we shall see what happens with our paper crafting addiction. And at the very least, we all have plenty to use right now anyway. So that's all I had. And if I find any other really big deals, I will let you guys know. But I haven't really seen anything new since the very first few trips that I took. Okay, everyone, I hope you are doing well and that you are having a crafty day. Take care. Bye-bye.